Good morning everyone. So this is Sakshi, your physics teacher. In the previous lecture we have studied the rules for image formation by concave mirror. So we have done that topic in a very detailed manner. So now we are about to start with the convex mirror. Now firstly we will discuss about the four basic rules that we have already discussed in case of concave mirror. Now we will start it in convex mirrors. Now let's start. Rule number 1, the same case as you have done earlier. Let us imagine that I am having one convex mirror. So this is the shape of convex mirror which is bulges outwards. So it means it is painted from inside. Imagine that the ray which is coming parallel to the principal axis, follow this magenta line. The ray which is parallel to the principal axis, it will diverge out like this. Means it will spread out. But it is not actually passing through focus. Let's produce it backwards. It will appear to pass through focus. So this is the basic difference between concave mirror and convex mirror. In case of concave mirror, the ray actually passes through focus, but in case of convex mirror, the ray appears to pass through focus. Now let's move on to rule number 2. See here. Now this is exactly the opposite of your rule number 1. Imagine the same case. I am having one convex mirror. The ray which is appeared to pass through focus. Now I am producing this line backward like this. The ray which is falling on like this, that it seems that it is passing through focus. After reflection, it will move parallel to the principal axis. Now in these cases, that is in the cases of convex mirror, we will usually use this term appears to. Clear? Now let's move on to rule number 3. Rule number 3, as you have already discussed, that the ray which is passing through center of curvature, it will retrace its path. The same case, I am just modifying my statement once again. The ray which appears to pass through center of curvature, it will retrace its path. Clear? Now rule number 4, that is based on angle of incidence and reflection that you have already studied in laws of reflection. That is, angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Suppose that I am having one convex mirror along with me. The rays are falling on like this and it is striking the pole and it is making some angle I and it is moving on like this, such that the angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. I hope these 4 rules are clear to all of you. So let's move on to our image formation. Students, you have already discussed about the image formation in concave mirror. We have discussed 6 cases, that is 3 combos, 2 in each case. Now in this we will study only single combo and it will have 2 subparts in it. Let's start. So case number 1, imagine that I am having one convex mirror with me, that is M dash, the aperture of the convex mirror. Again the 3 points C, F and P. Now imagine the object is at infinity and parallel rays are coming on like this. Now as per the rules, it will diverge and it will appear to pass through focus. Now as you can see, the image will be at focus. So can you decide the nature of image now? Again, behind the mirror, highly diminished. Highly diminished means the image will be of very small size, that it can be considered as point sized. Clear? Now the image will be virtual and erect. Case number 2. Now imagine that the object is between infinity and pole. That means you can keep your object anywhere between infinity and pole. Imagine that I am having one mirror, that is M dash, again the 3 points C, F and P. The object is between infinity and P. Imagine this is the object as it is green in color. So AB is the object. Now the ray which is going parallel to the principal axis, it will diverge and it will appear to pass through focus. Now the ray which is passing through center of curvature, it will retrace its path and it is appear to come from center of curvature only. Now as you can see, these two rays are meeting here. So here will be the image, and what will be the nature of image? The nature of image will be between P and F, diminished and virtual and erect. So you have to mention that the image will be behind the mirror. Clear? Now let's revise these two cases once again. So whenever you keep your object at infinity, the image will be at F, and at F means that F will be behind the mirror. Again, when you keep your object anywhere between P and infinity in front of the mirror, the image will be between P and F, behind the mirror always.